Joining us now for more is Colin Harding in Manchester, who's a Latin America analyst. Welcome back to the programme, Colin. Now, Colombian leader Gustavo Petro has said the country won't be imposing 100% tariffs on Ecuador, but will introduce what he's described as smart tariffs on certain imports. Just how significant is the loss of the Ecuadorian market to Colombia?
Well, it's quite significant. Ecuador buys about, or has been buying about $2 billion worth of Colombian products. Colombia has a much more developed and diversified economy than Ecuador, and Colombian goods are normally very much sought after, particularly in the frontier area. So it is quite a blow, and of course it's led President Petro to say, well, that's it as far as the Andean community is concerned. For Colombia, we're going to look towards Mercosur, the economic integration agreement, which is dominated by Brazil and Argentina, and also to the Caribbean and Central America, where there are some governments more congenial politically to President Petro. So it is fairly significant, but Colombia does have other options, of course, and it will cause certainly short-term pain in Ecuador, as we've heard.
And don't similar risks apply to Ecuador as well?
Yes, I mean, clearly it's going to cause shortages, possibly inflation, but certainly a reduction in Ecuador's overall exports. But President Noboa considers that it's a price worth paying. And I think we need to look at what's behind this confrontation, which is very much President Trump's new security priorities, in which he announced that the Americas are going to be the center of American security concerns in future. And that declaration has led to a sort of scramble by a number of countries in Latin America to align with Trump, with the American positions. And this was symbolized by the creation last month of a thing called the Shield of the Americas, in which I think it was a dozen Latin American countries attended a summit in Miami with the Americans, in which they have very much adopted the American line on tackling drugs, tackling effectively tackling left-wing policies. Petro is finding himself somewhat isolated in that area of South America as a left-wing president, and this is the underlying tension behind the current confrontations.
And what does this mean for the regional trade bloc with the breakup of the Andean community?
I don't think it's a breakup. I think President Petro sometimes says things for effect, and I don't think it means that Colombia has actually withdrawn from the Andean Pact, from the Andean community, which dates back to the 1960s. But it is an indication that Colombia is going to look elsewhere, and that this kind of economic integration initiative, which is long-standing, is not its only option. Petro has been finding himself very much under attack. I mean, President Trump has accused him of being a drug lord and not taking the fight against drug cartels seriously, and this position has been echoed by the Ecuadorian president. So he is very keen to look around for other options.
Colin Harding in Manchester. We will leave it there for now. Thank you very much for your insights.
Pleasure.